How do you become successful? How do you cultivate discipline? And how do you take action to pursue your goals and dreams? I've talked a lot about manifestation and scripting and how to call things in, but manifesting will only provide you with the opportunity. It is then up to you to be disciplined and motivated enough to take action and to actually pursue your goals and dreams. Now, where do you start with taking action? Let's say you scripted your desires. What is the first action that you take? How do you get out of being lazy? How do you become disciplined? And how do you cultivate the perseverance to actually pursue your goals and dreams? In this video, I'll give you 8 high performance guides that if you implement those, you will inevitably and confidently take action to pursue your goals and dreams. These are the 8 things that I do after my scripting and manifesting that will always get me to my desire. So my name is Davy. I am a PhD student in chemical engineering at the University of Cambridge. And in my free time, I love to study things about manifestation, the law of attraction, the psychology and science of this. And recently I've been thinking, I have made a lot of videos about manifesting and how to call things in and how to script. But I am also very aware that the manifesting only provides the opportunities. It is still up to you to grasp the opportunities. It is still up to you to take action. Now, how do you become a person that is motivated enough to take action? How do you cultivate discipline? And if you're unsure what to do or which steps to even take to pursue your desires, these are 8 things that you can implement into your life directly that will help you to get to any goal and that will leave you feel worthy and energized in order to follow up on your goals and dreams. So let's get into it. First high performance guide that I want to give you is an understanding of the domino effect. One good habit leads to another. When we have these big goals, desires, and dreams, it can be in the beginning quite overwhelming to think, what action do I take first? Where do I start? And I want you to understand the domino effect. I want you to understand that every positive action, anything that you do for yourself in order to improve yourself, no matter how small it is, will lead to more positive actions. And I'm talking about minor actions like making your bed, getting up in a certain time, washing your face, having a specific routine, taking care of yourself, cleaning yourself, taking care of your body and your health, exercising enough, eating the right foods. Positive habits lead to a domino effect of more positivity. And then when opportunities arise that require you to take action, you will be in a positive and action mode mindset, which makes it much easier to take action. I find this especially important in the mornings because the mornings set the tone for the rest of the day. So it is important that when you get up, you immediately do something positive for yourself, whatever it is, whatever makes you feel good. You make sure that your environment, your room is clean. Another positive thing that you can immediately do, clean up your environment. You already know what is good to do for you. You already know how it works to take care of yourself and to do the right things. But why I'm highlighting this? Because these positive habits and this taking care of yourself leads to more motivation, leads to more positive habits. And then eventually when opportunities arise, you'll be able to follow up on this. Now, another thing, when we have these big dreams, for example, we want to change our career or we want to change our relationship status, it is important to cut up this goal in bite-sized pieces. Find one small thing that you can do right now. Maybe, look at job applications or maybe start to think about what the ideal job or relationship would look like for you. Think about one small positive thing that you can do that would help you get a tiny step closer to your goal. Because again, this domino effect will then lead to another tiny step that you can take towards your goals and dream. And then eventually you'll end up in this loop of positive habits that just naturally, without much effort, naturally lets you flow towards your goals. Now, the second high performance habit is that you need a change of identity. You can shift your reality incredibly fast by just changing the way that you view yourself, changing the stories that you tell about yourself. You might be a person that has been through a lot, but what I want you to understand about things that we've been through or the past is that every time we keep affirming these things, every time we keep going around telling people what we've been through, and this is what we've been through, and that is what made me turn into this person. Every time we keep affirming those stories, we're carrying the past into the present, and we're making that part of our current identity. We're making that past event as something that is now holding us back. So what is very important is that you stop identifying with past things that happened to you. I know you might have been through a lot, and I'm just saying that as long as you still make that part of your current identity, you go around identifying as the person that has been through this. Every time you say that to other people or in your head, you're making that part of your identity. You're literally putting up a roadblock for yourself that is saying, okay, well, I'm a person that has been through this thing, and that is what's holding me back. You need to let go of the story. I know you've been through that, but it is no longer part of your identity. It is no longer allowed to decide your future. So let it go. You're now a person that has their things together. You're now a person that is motivated and has left that past thing behind you, and let it no longer define you. Change the story. Start to tell different stories about yourself. I am a motivated person. I am a person that is able to take action. I am a person that has discipline. I am a person that says yes to opportunities. Stop identifying with the past. Create this hypothetical new version of you and start to go around telling the story that you are now that person. Because changing your identity into believing and identifying now with a disciplined person or a person that is able to take actions when opportunities arise. Now, the third tip that I want to give you, you need life force. In order to become a disciplined person, in order to become a person that is able to take action, you need life force. And how do you get life force? Through good food and exercise. Getting to any goal into your life is about giving yourself that fuel, giving yourself that life force. If you're having a carb and fat heavy meal that is bringing you down, that is making you feel heavy, that is lowering your energy levels, and then when an opportunity arises for you to take action, it is just impossible. It just becomes so much harder to take action. When you eat unhealthy, when you eat heavy foods that do not give you the right nutrition, that bring down your energy levels, all you naturally want to do is sit on the couch and do nothing. Whilst if you have foods with the right nutrition, and I'm talking about enough proteins, enough unsaturated fats, you also need a little bit of carbohydrates, but you need the right proportion of having enough protein and fats in your meal, and only obtain energy from carbohydrates for a small portion of your meal, but also getting enough vegetables, getting enough vitamins. It will literally revive you. It's natural motivation to do things. It will make you feel lighter. It will make you feel energized. And it just becomes so much easier to take action when opportunities arise. And the same for the gym or whatever type of exercise you do. Actually, exercising just is this natural life force that just makes you feel more energized, makes you feel more motivated to do anything. So if you're a person that is struggling to take action, work on your life force first. Work on the foods that you eat and how much you exercise, and you will feel like a different person. Fourth high performance guide that I want to give you: journaling. So what is journaling? Journaling is literally a way to talk to yourself, to gather your thoughts and to just write down whatever comes to you. I am not going to be very specific on what to journal about, but journaling can be about your day. Journaling can be about how you feel. Journaling can be about, reflection on yourself or the things that you're feeling. And why journaling is so powerful is that we as humans have the incredible capacity to heal ourselves. And journaling is such a beautiful method to do this, because often in life we're very distracted by our surroundings, or we're on our phone, or we're around people, and we never really take the time to do any introspection, to do any inner work, to kind of understand what is going on in me, what am I feeling, and why am I feeling this way. And journaling is such a powerful method to sort of understand yourself better, to learn about your own feelings. And if you're unsure what to journal about, just write about the things that you've been through that day and how each of those made you feel. And journaling is really about dissecting your emotions and starting to understand why you do certain things. Starting to understand that things that trigger you, so things that call up fear and anger and any other type of negative emotion, where these come from. Because when something makes you scared or when something triggers fear and anger in you, there's always a deeper level to it. That anger or fear was already in you and that was triggered. But it is up to you to start to understand, why do certain things trigger me? Why am I afraid? And another amazing thing that I like to do in my journaling is literally give myself a pep talk. I will literally write, motivational things to myself to bring up my vibration and to motivate myself and to affirm things to myself. You are a person that does this, you are this, you are that. And it is in a way a little bit this similar to scripting, but in scripting we often, try to visualize a certain desire. And with journaling, I am more referring to just writing about your own emotions and how you feel and giving yourself pep talks. And, it's almost like giving yourself therapy, or it is almost like being your own friend and talking to yourself through your journal. Because there's just this natural, weight off your shoulders when you journal. Try it, really, because it just makes you feel lighter. It makes you gather your thoughts and just makes you feel overall more coherent. Fifth high performance guide that I want to give you: be very aware what you focus your attention on. What you focus your attention on is what grows. And I recently heard this book by Jordan Peterson, where he also made the analogy with your eyes, your retina, that there's only a very small part of your eyes that can actually focus and see sharp, right? For me, the camera I'm looking at right now, the rest around that is blurry. And it is the same with your attention. You only have one focus. You can still perceive other things that are coming in, but you only have one focus at a time. It's only one thing that you can give your full energy and focus. And everything that you give your focus is what grows. Everything that you give your energy is what manifests. Your focus is your creation power. Everything that you give your focus is what you will get more of. And that's also why you hear, when people are talking about, negativity or bullying or any negative thing that you can go through, you always hear, don't give it your attention. And this is key. Every negative thing that you give attention grows. Everything that you give your focus, you will get more of. And what is currently happening in our societies, that 50% of the time, maybe even more, we're on our phone, and that is our focus. We literally give up 50% of our creation power to our phone, to other people and whatever type of content we're watching. And if we're watching, content that is bringing down our vibration, we're literally draining our creation power into negativity. What is important, for example, when you're doing work or when you're doing something that is, working towards your goals and dream, or you're just, working on your job, or for me, I'm working on my PhD, I'll literally turn off my phone. I'll put my phone away. I'll put it on airplane mode, because I know I only have one focus. And it is very, very easy to get distracted, and it is very easy to, respond to notification. But I want to decide what I do with my focus. I don't want to be determined by my phone. When we are more careful with our focus, when we are able to put our focus on the things that we want, we'll enter a flow state and everything will go easier. Taking action will become easier. So whenever you feel that something is negatively impacting you, you need to remember, I'm now putting my focus on negativity. This is my creator energy, and I do not want to give away my creator energy to negativity. And keep your focus to the things that you want to have more of. Really start to see this focus of yours as, your most magical power that you have. It is literally your creator energy. And once you truly understand this, you start to treat your focus as something precious, which it is. The sixth high performance guide: stop identifying as a lazy person. I hear this one a lot. I'm just lazy. I don't really know how to take action. Stop saying you're lazy. Every time you say you're lazy, you'll just stay this lazy person. Why would you be more lazy than anyone else? What makes you less than another person that is, doing well or is able to take action? No one is born lazy. It doesn't work like that. It's only you identifying as a lazy person is what makes you lazy. And I also read this book by Brendon Burchard on high performance habit that also says high performance habits are independent of socio-economical circumstances. Everyone that implements high performance habits can improve their life no matter what their current circumstances are. So stop going around and saying you're lazy, and understand that all it takes is when you make a promise to yourself, you do it. When I give myself a goal, when I tell myself I'm gonna do this once a week, or I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna go to the gym this many times a week, I do it. Because I want to be able to trust myself. I want to be able to respect myself. And only if I respect myself, I'm able to work towards my goals and dreams. And going around saying you're lazy is not really a form of respect to yourself. So stop identifying as that. When you make promises to yourself, you keep them 99% of the time, unless you really don't feel like it and it's actually better for your health to not do it. Don't push yourself over the edge ever. But it's very important that, the promises that you keep to yourself, you actually take action on. 7th high performance guide that I want to give you: do not compare yourself to others. Only compare yourself to older versions of yourself. So especially on social media, it becomes very easy to compare ourselves to others. But what we need to understand about these comparisons is that they're one-dimensional. When you're comparing yourself, let's say, to an artist, look what an amazing artist they are. And let's say music artist. You're only comparing yourself on the ability to make music, while maybe in all the other aspects of how you could be successful, maybe you are way more advanced in that. But when we compare ourselves to others, we are often just comparing one quality or one aspect, and then immediately make ourselves feel less for it. It's never fair to compare yourself to others, but because it is also only the image that we have of someone. Only person that I compare myself to is my version of yesterday, is the version of myself a month ago or a year ago. That is the only fair comparison you can make, and that is the only way to measure your improvement or your growth. And of course, I'm not saying you can't look at other people to get inspired or to get motivated. But when it comes to comparison, we often get triggered into jealousy or feeling less. But remember, it is just a one-dimensional comparison. You might be much better in many other aspects in life. Do not underestimate your capabilities and only compare yourself to a past version of yourself and see how much you've already improved. 8th and final guide that I want to give you: consistency over perfection. So I've given you a lot of things or guides to implement, right? You need to have a certain routine in the morning, you need to eat healthy, you need to exercise. Now, what I want you to understand about all of these habits: consistency is more important than perfection. What often happens is that, we set ourselves these new routines or goals or guides to live by, and then when we slip up, when we have one unhealthy meal, or we skip the gym one time, or we do not do our morning routine in the way that, a disciplined person would, we immediately feel like we failed, and then we get upset with ourselves, we feel stressed, and we sometimes get tempted into fully giving up this new habit that we're trying to implement. But I want you to understand, consistency is more important than perfection, and I need to remind myself of that sometimes as well. It is more important that I then pick it up again after, even if I made a little slip up, than that I get upset with myself making that one mistakes, because these are not mistakes. It is way more important that over a longer period of time you're able to push yourself back to certain discipline or to certain habits than that you sometimes fall off. Skills are built over the long run, over time, and what separates a high performer from a normal person is that consistency. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has off days. Everyone has off moments, and that is completely fine. That is never the problem. The problem is the lack of consistency. So if you're always able to go back to it, every person has ever become successful. All they have in common is the consistency. It is just the consistency that really leads you to success. All right, these were my high performance guides. I hope they were useful in any way. Do let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Leave me a like as well, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate every single one of you being here and watching my videos. I feel very grateful and very blessed. Sending you my love.